like to think about Sisyphus, the problem of Sisyphus. Anyone who has ever taken Philosophy 101, as I did some 40 years ago, I think, encountered Camus' essay on the myth of Sisyphus, which sort of was the beginning of my declaration of a philosophy major after physics, doing 3 years of physics and then switching to philosophy. But this always puzzled me because there's a missing part of the story, which I haven't seen any commentators, but I haven't read that much, so it's something I've wondered why Camus didn't mention, but maybe I should reread it again and see if he does. Okay, but he describes Sisyphus, perpetually going down to retrieve the rock, pushing it up the hill, watching it roll down, going down the mountain, retrieving the rock. Yet the gods have sentenced him to this punishment or fate. Yet at the bottom of the mountain, are there any gods compelling him to take the rock back up? What compels Sisyphus? I believe Sisyphus arrives at the bottom of the mountain alone. Yet he sees the rock, takes it up, back up the mountain. And that is the metaphor of the human condition for Camus and the ancient authors of the myth. I find it analogous to the wheel of karma. We're trapped on this endless repetition of the cycle of suffering. We're apparently trapped. Yet, we don't see why we continually take up the rock and repeat the cycle. No gods are down there with whips and chains forcing you to take the rock up. Sisyphus arrives at the bottom, sees the rock, takes it up. So it strikes me as very similar to OCD, or obsessive compulsive disorder. He sees the rock and he's compelled. There's an inner compulsion, just like OCD. He's unable to stop taking this rock back up the mountain, even though it's suffering and pain. Although, and to complete the metaphor for our human condition, perhaps even Sisyphus is unaware of the rock. He's unconsciously taking this thing up that is not visible to him, which is this burden of suffering. Like the gospel music song says, you lay your burden down. Stop taking it up the hill. And many experiences of kensho or awakening refer to being a weight being lifted off your shoulders. It is as if we were carrying around this weight of karma and we're freed. And so I think this is very much like karma is like a weight. So this is perhaps something Western philosophy, is missing to fulfill this metaphor, Sisyphus, to complete it, to see what's happening at the bottom. I mean, Camus writes it up as we must imagine Sisyphus happy. You know, the rock is his thing. It is a challenge. This is life. Life is a struggle. And there's some satisfaction in the struggle. What is the point of happiness after all? Happiness, like Nietzsche said, it's poverty, filth, and wretched contentment.